Welcome back, guys. So in this video I'll be solving this challenge called time delta. Let's go inside. Here you can see I'll convert into dark mode and full screen. Change theme dark. So here you can see the description. When users post an update on social media such as URL, image, status, update, etc., other users in the network are able to view this post in their newsfeed, which happens in Instagram, Facebook, anything you can imagine. Users can also see exactly when the post was published, that is, how many hours, minutes, and seconds ago. So at the down of the post you can see that at what time, for example in Instagram you can see that what time user has uploaded the picture, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 hours ago, 3 minutes ago. That's the kind of notification we get. Since sometimes posts are published and viewed in different time zones, this can be confusing, right? So you are given two timestamps of one such post that a user can see on his feed in the following format: day, which day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, DD, date, month, year, then hour, minute, second, and the time zone. Here plus XXXs represent the time zone. Your task is to print the absolute difference in seconds between them. So we'll be given two such strings, and we have to find the time difference or time delta between them. Here input will be given in this fashion. So first line T we will get, which will give the total number of test cases. Each test case contains two lines, time T1 and T2. So total, let's say 10 cases will be there. So inside each test case you will have two lines, will be given in this fashion. And constraint is the only valid timestamps. Year has to be less than equal to 3000. So constraint also, I mean, it's not necessary to implement constraints, and you have to print the absolute difference between T1 and T2 in seconds. So you calculate the difference and take the absolute value. Here you can see the sample input 2 is given. This is the value of capital T, means two test cases are there. So first test case, this one, and second test case, this one. Each test case is having two lines, you can see, so that we can take the difference between them. So first is Sunday, 10th May 2015, 13:54, 36 hour, minute, and seconds, and you can see the time zone here. Similarly, second one is Sunday, 10th May 2050, same day, same time, but different time zone. So we have to calculate the difference between them. So you can see that it is clearly 7 hours difference, because date and time are same. So 7 hours means 7 hours into 3600. If you will do, you'll get 252. So let's see the explanation. In the first query, when we compare the time in UTC for both the timestamps, so these are timestamps, T1 timestamp and another timestamp, and these two both are test case, one test case. So here you can see, we see the difference of 7 hours. 7 into 3600 is 252 seconds. So this is what you are getting. In the next line, you are getting the next test case. Here you can see the difference is of 1 day. This is 2nd May, 1st May this is, and the time you can see 19:54:36 and 13:54:36. The time differences, time zone is plus 5 hours 30 minutes, and here the time zone is 00:00. So you can see that this one is 5 hours ahead. So you can decrease with 530 hours. So you will get somewhere around 1324, right? 1324 will be the correct time with respect to 00:00. Now you can take the difference. It is coming out to be 1 day 30 minutes, right? Let's see. In the second query, time difference is 5 hours and 30 minutes. For time zone adjusting, for that we have difference of 1 day and 30 minutes. Okay, so I hope you know that how to see the time with respect to time zone. So it means plus 5:30 means it is ahead, it is showing ahead. Plus 5:30 means like 5 hours 30 minutes ahead. So to know the exact time with respect to 0000, you have to subtract 5 hour 30 minutes. So if you will subtract 5 hours from 19, it will be 13, and 30 minutes from 54, it will be 24, and seconds will be as it is. So okay, and then you can take the time difference. So here difference comes out to be 1 day and 30 minutes. 1 day is 24 into 36. You have to calculate in seconds, right? So 24 into 3600 plus 30 into 60, that will give you 880 to 100 seconds. That's what is here. Okay, so that is example, and you can see that we are given with some dummy code. Some libraries are installed, and we have to write the code in function form, complete the time delta function below, and here you can see they have something new, environment output path they are controlling. Input, here you will get the value of capital T, then for all the value of capital T you are sending the timestamps T1 and T2 to time delta function, and you will get the difference value here, and then you are printing in every line, and then you are closing it. So nothing we have to do, we have to just manipulate the function, we have to write the function. So for each time test case, we will be getting T1 and T2. We have to write the code with respect to T1 and T2. So what I'll be using is some Python is there is one something called strp time, something is there, I don't remember. So strf time, and there is a nice documentation, general dev, yeah, it is given properly in this. So you can see here that you have to load a library, and you can directly calculate the difference between the two. You will give one timestamp, second timestamp, calculate the difference, and you will get the difference in time. So here you can see the documentation, and this is the thing we will be representing using. So you can see this percentage a, small capital A, small w, d, b. So you can put all the data what you have here, this whole data, ddmm yy type here, this one you can put inside this, and then another line you can put this, and you can calculate the difference. So let's do it. Here I'll take okay, so I'll show you some examples. So here you can see date time module, you have to here you can see, yeah, page unresponsive, 1 minute, why? Okay, now it is. So you can see here yeah, this is the time format we'll be using. So small m, small d, small y, and all the explanation is given here. So I'll first write the format, time format is equals, so you have to give in this fashion, and you have to use percentages. So percentage a for this day, small a, so you have to be careful, small a and capital A is there. Then we have what we have date, so date will be, yeah, here percentage small d, percentage small d. Then we have month is percentage m, percentage m. Then we have what do we have? We have year. So year are of two types, small y and capital Y. Small y means only for two last two digits if you are targeting, but if you are targeting for 4 digits like with century, without century, this is with century. So we want to use with century, that is why we will use capital Y. So that is why you have to be careful when to use capital and when to use small. Well, now what do you have? Time. So percentage hour. So this is a 24-hour type we have to use, and so hour, minute and second all are capital, you can see, right? And this I is for 12-hour, but hour is 24-hour type, so you can see 24-hour. So percentage capital H, percentage capital M, minutes percentage capital S, and all of them are separated with colon. And here you can see space I am doing because they are separated by space. Similarly, we have finally what time zone. So percentage time zone we can target like here, you can see UTC offset small z, and you can see you can also use capital Z, but that is for time zone name, it will only tell the name, but here you are given in the form of numbers. So and if there is nothing, it will provide empty string in return. So you have your format ready. So let me write a variable and I'll take this whole thing. Okay, t1 st, how do you write it? strf time. strf format string. Yeah, so I think date time. So format has to be given, and date time module, what do we have to import date time. dt, this is not true, we have to do okay, import, let me do it. I hope I'm doing it correct. Date time, I think date time only we have to use. Let me use it. T1, with date time you can actually put format and the test case timestamp both. So date time, yeah, it is correct. Let me b, and date time same thing I'll do, but with t2. I think strp you don't have to use because that takes only format in the input. We want to give that timestamp as well, right? So let me do some result equal to, whether it is calculating or not I have to check. Result equal to a minus b. Okay, so module is object is not callable. Date time, 1 minute, import date time in Python. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Okay, so let's use this. So the way I am calling is not correct, I think. Datetime dot now x dot strp x dot strf time. Same thing, but with t2. So it takes at most one argument, 2 given. But t1 I have to give, right? Okay, let me search difference between two dates, Python. Okay, so you can also check in Stack Overflow. It is very important type of site. So final minus no, this is not what I'm looking for. Using strf file, right? Using strf. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. So datetime dot import datetime from datetime. Okay, that is how you import. And strp time, strp time. Okay. Datetime dot strp. Here date time. So this is not required now. Date time strp date time, import date time from date time. Okay, so now it should work. Time data does not match format. Does not match format. Have I? Oh, capital M I have not taken. So it's not small, not a, it is small m, right? Month as 0 pied, yeah. Percentage, yeah, it should be m, small m, right? Year is, the day is there, date is there, month, year, hour, minute, second, zone, t format. Yeah, it should be right. A as local time. Oh, sun, no, so it's correct. It's not full Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Small a is fine. Day of month, percentage small d, percentage is small d, percentage is small d, small. Is it correct, like day, month padded with 0 padded month? We want, yeah, small d. Month is a small m. Oh, month is in name form. Okay, small m will give number form. So we want month as local name, month as small b will be required. So Jan Feb type we want. so small b here. Okay. Oh, so now it is working. Okay, so we have to return something, right? So let's return 0. Return 0, and we'll print as well, print result. In type and str type. Okay, let me do it str, so it want in str form. Now you can see debug output, we can see 7-hour difference and 1 hour 30 minutes difference. So what it is doing is it is calling for all the test cases. So for first test case, it will take the t1 input, timestamp, first timestamp, second timestamp, which is this and this. Then it will call time delta. It will go inside, it will calculate the difference, print the result, and it is returning 0, and here it is printing it the result. Then in again next iteration for loop, it is coming here, and for the second test case, which is this, it is taking t1 and t2 timestamps, t1 and t2, then it is doing the again same process. Okay, so that is how you are getting the two difference. Expected output were this and debug output is this. So they have made the code in such a way that you will only see here the main output, whatever you are returning from the function. So let's return the so yeah, we have to send the result in seconds form, right? And we have hours form. So what you can do is you can write something called here total seconds, total underscore seconds. Okay, dot. So this will convert, so this will convert into seconds. Let's see, everything will be in seconds. So you can see here in debug output we have the same output, but we don't want these zeros, so we will convert into integer type. Okay, integer type, and we'll store it in results. So integer type what you are getting. So this is what you have to return. So let's return result here. Let's run it. So now your code is done. So you are getting everything, so you don't have to print here. So I'll comment it. You can see you are getting your answer as expected. So directly strp is something which you can directly use for calculating the difference, and this is how you do it. You can search and directly you will get the codes, and this is the way you present the time format. Okay, and you can also do like this. You can also put everything like here. So I am just defining a variable, but you don't have to do this like this. But if the timestamp will be more, then it will be a problem, right? So that is why it is better to assign a variable, but this is how you can do it. So let's not define a variable. Okay, and this is how you will get. Yeah, actually you can also do like this. So you can save in t1 only rather than be t2 only, so that you don't have to define another variable, and t1 minus t2. Now one more thing you can do is you can convert, because the difference will be in it can be negative, right? But you want absolute value, so abs you can do abs. Absolute value it will take, and it will convert into seconds and integer part, and it will send the result. Congratulations. Let's submit the code. So all the test cases are passed. You can see that. Let's see the test cases. Okay, so we have done the code, and congratulations, we can see the different test cases. Let's unlock. So 100 test cases has been given. See, 100 test cases, and all of them are like this. You can open in in a different tab. So you can see 100 cases. Ooh, and you can see the outputs. Okay, so that is for one test case will be like this. These two lines, all two lines will be one test case, and the output will be for first test case it will be this, second test cases will be this. So you really have to make the code in such fashion that it will not consume lot of time and memory. Let's check out the second test case. Here you can see 1000 they have given. Okay, same thing but 1000. So memory and time complexity are very, very important. So actually we have not learned anything from here. We have just applied the to function, some function, which is basically what it is doing is it is taking the day, it is calculating the 2 days difference. For example, here you can see the difference is of 1 day. So it is calculating in such way from 12 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock in the morning, 000000 to 000000. 12 o'clock in the morning means 000000. Okay, from that time till 2nd of May, from 1st of May 000000 to 2nd of May 000000. That is what it is doing, and then it is calculating the time difference, zone difference. That's all it is doing. So one more thing you can see here in the test cases, that year can be anything, right? 1917 to 2116. You can see that so much difference. So it will calculate the number of days, time, and it will convert into seconds, and then present it to you. If I'll get time, I'll make the code from scratch, but I don't think it is necessary. I mean, it is basically calculating the difference between the, which you can see that in calendar thing I made it from scratch because it's not so obvious to calculate the day of any date. Here you can see the direct difference. It is day wise difference, time wise difference, and everything converted into seconds and then presented it to you. So if I'll get time, I'll definitely do it, but I don't think it is required to put so much effort in solving something which is already solved. Just for the example sake, I did for calendar, and it was something which is not obvious, but here it seems everything obvious. That is why I don't want to go into the details. Anyway, if I'll get time, I'll do it. So let's go to the next challenge.